It's 1077 The Bone. Baby Huey here, back at for a very special episode of In The Kliq. And joining me right now is one half of the Alpha Academy from Friday Night SmackDown, WWE Superstar Otis. How's it going, Otis?
I am the number one guy there, Hughes, the number one guy, all right, for the Chad Gable, my coach, my mentor, for the Academy, always for the Academy.
That's great. I'm so excited to be talking to you right now. So much to get into. First things first, exciting times for us fans of WWE. They're coming back to the Bay Area finally. It's been such a long time, but you got two shows. Yeah, two shows coming to the Bay Area. First up, Friday Night SmackDown. We'll be at the SAP Center in San Jose on Friday, October 8th. You can see you out there as well. And then Monday Night Raw will be at the Chase Center in San Francisco. That's going to be on Monday, October 11th. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.com. So Otis, man, yeah, dude, exciting stuff. I mean, I know WWE has recently been back on the road for the last couple of months now. So how has that experience been for you to get back out there in front of the WWE Universe?
Back on the saddle, my man. Excuse me. We're back on the saddle, back on the train. We're on the tracks now. And so we waiting for a long time because we're so registered to be on the go that when the pandemic happened, I think my neighbors thought I was a weirdo because I would just have coffee in my underwear and just walk around outside, just singing to myself. You know what I mean? It was just like a whole neighborhood party. But then it just got, relaxing. Then it got really boring. Then, we only wrestle for once a week, then, you don't really get that fix, the desire of what we do. So then now we're back on the regular schedule. Oh yeah, baby. So it's like the super shows are doing awesome. Great crowds there, man. And like the first show we were back in Houston, Texas, that was something where it was like, you just felt like there was, where the attendance was even, it felt like it was more because how loud they were and how like you do one little thing of like looking at a person. Now for us is with the thumbs down. They're booing us, which is what we love because we don't care about the happiness of the fans. We care about destruction here for the Alpha Academy. So we're just a blast, man. That was something missing there. That's what sports entertainment's all about, is performing right in front of that crowd, man. Obviously it's for that video scope as well, but for us to now have the full package, it's all in one. We got the packaging tape it down, and so we're having a great time, man.
That's great. No, I mean, for me as a fan watching from home, it's just so exciting to see the fans back in attendance. You guys being able to feed off them and react. It's just, there's nothing like it. So I am just kind of curious, though. This is something I don't ask enough, I think, from the superstars. You're back on the road now for the last couple months. Any funny road stories right now? I mean, I know maybe, it's kind of limited. You go to work and back home and whatnot. But, like, any fun road stories with you and Chad on the road?
Yes, I do. It's a coffee story.
Okay.
Now, as a man that grew up with just plain old ground coffee, my father was never into fancy coffee. But when you go to Gable's house, he has a coffee bar. He's got like 9 machines that makes all different types of coffee. So we're on the road. We have to go to a coffee shop. I'm not talking like just go get a coffee at the hotel. No. It's not good enough, baby. We're going to a coffee shop. So he has a list of places to go. And this story was when I had no idea about oat milk. And I thought he said goat milk. So we're in Tampa. I go up there. And, it's at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not registering as much, because he's the one he rented the car that week. He drove. We get into the coffee shop. And I'm like, I usually get the same thing. So it was a frittata or something with oat milk. But I thought he said goat. So I go to the girl and I go, hey, how's it going? Yeah, beautiful day. All right. Can I take the dark Colombian? And I'll take the frittata with goat milk. And she just kind of stopped typing. She looked at me. She goes, don't you mean oat? I said, no, the goat. You guys don't have goat milk? You gotta be kidding me. I'm out of here. So I act like I was going to just get pissed and leave the place. She gets all like, what the hell? And Gable is just like, put his head down like, dude, like, come on, you can't be joking like this. So there's a lot of weird, but then like to fast forward 2 months later, he's like he's a very routine man. Grabs the coffees. He's like, all right, here you go. And I go, oh, this better have some goat milk in it. And I swear he spit his coffee out. He just was like, he went to go take a sip and just spit it like Triple H all over the table. I think that was in Tampa as well. So yeah, different coffee shops though. So thanks, God bless you, coffee shop places for filling me and Gable's fuel to get ready for a workout and a very long day coming up.
And that's good to hear. So, I mean, in the Bay Area, we got a lot of different coffee shops out here. So I would love to see where
Oh, he
Chad.
knows them. He
Okay,
knows
good.
them all, brother.
Okay,
Pure
cool.
coffee.
So listen, Otis, fans do know of your time in tag team wrestling, obviously with Heavy Machinery before. And within the last year, we've seen the birth of the Alpha Academy, as you mentioned, with Chad Gable. I think for some fans, they might not realize that the two of you have been friends for over a decade. So can you just explain how the two of you met?
We met real quick at 2009. It was kind of like, because I wrestled his brother. We're in the same weight class, in the heavyweight weight class. We're also in the same team. So I would train with his brother. I would wrestle him all the time in matches, and they like I met him real quick. Hi, I'm Charles. Hey, it's going. And then we got familiar with each other when I lived at the Olympic Training Center back in 2011 and 12, and I found out that he also has a love for sports entertainment as well. So we would always kind of say we train together, and then we started lifting together. So that was the birth of us always training outside, because we were doing like twice a day morning runs and all this, but we also made sure we got at least 30 minutes of lifting in between with all that exhaustion. So like I said, he's a machine. He's nonstop action. We call him the Midwest machine, just constantly moving. And he's training me, he's coaching me for a lot of things. But it just became like, once he got into sports entertainment, I had to get in there. Like I don't know what it was. I just can't, in your mind to get like negative. You're like, oh, I don't know if I could be there. Even though I want to do it, it's my dream job. Then all of a sudden, someone that does it, and I'm like, that's it. I'm doing it. So I just dropped everything about college, amateur wrestling. I think my last match was in 2014 at the U.S. Open. Yeah, I was just done. Went right into my first love, which was sports entertainment. So there we are. So we've known each other since 2009, and now we're neighbors.
Yeah, no, I was watching last night an old interview of Chad Gable, and he was explaining, how long you guys been friends, and when you moved to Florida, you got the apartment next door to him, and now you live like 5 minutes away from him. So I just would love to know, what's it like to work with an Olympic athlete like Chad Gable, and whose idea was it for the two of you to start working together as a tag team?
And it was just kind of like it would always spur around, like, because at the time, before the pandemic, it was me. Well, it was two different groups. It just depended what brand you were on. So for a while, me and Tucky were both. So it'd be the meat wagon. It would be EC3 and Spud, aka the Iceman or Maverick. And then once we were SmackDown with Gable, so of course the three amigos, we started traveling. And once me and Tucky split, it was like, okay, we're doing our own thing. And then once we started getting ideas, like, man, like, you not stale, but it's just like, what are we doing here? And then, we kind of talk a lot with Vince about new characters. And then basically now that, and from the movie Batman, where he goes, you are my number one guy. That's one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
And basically, dude, like, we just cut the hair, Dazzle kept doing that cheesy smile. Dazzle was his nickname, sorry. Gable, and we just hit out from there, man. So at first it was kind of like I was still a big old go lucky guy, loves barbecuing. He's a serious trainer, don't eat the carbs, only eat certain carbs and all this. But now it's like a full on machine. So now we're just calling out the whole locker room and just basically beating everybody's asses up. So I'm sorry, Cesaro. We had to use an example from you last Friday night on the SmackDown.
That's something I want to get into now. Is I do love this current, I guess you call it, mean streak out of you. I mean, I love the power moves you deliver in the ring, from your middle rope splash and even the spinning lariat into Chad's German suplex. Altogether, you've really become just one of the best big men in WWE. So I'm just curious, which big men from the past have influenced you?
Well, baby, there's a ton. Obviously with Vader, I just love how Vader would just come out and just like, I don't even call it flexing. He would just show the body off. He would just put his arms out like this and just show the traps off and just do. And I thought he was like the biggest weirdo when when I got older, because I'm like, as a kid, you're scared of him. You're like, good
Yeah.
God, Vader. And then you start watching, he goes, all he's doing is just make his kissy faces but to do what he could do in the ring. Now, I can't do no moonsault in the ring. Maybe someday. But I mean, watching him do that, you gotta love Bam Bam Bigelow. I mean that man was just always on top of his game. Never seen him miss a beat. With Bam Bam, you got Terry Gordy, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, and of course, the fast-paced style of Japan with Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody. So it's a lot of in between there that inspires me and stuff like that. And like watching a lot of Japanese tapes of those guys just freaking just putting meat to meat. It's all inspired. And like Gable always has an idea of like how he should present this move the best way for the fans to go, oh boy, like these boys are serious. So it's been, I mean, it's on off camera. It's the same relationship. It's like, what can we do to get better, and how can we maintain to be better for the Alpha Academy?
I love hearing just all those references, just goosebumps, just all the legends you mentioned, and that's great to hear. So I do want to touch on this. I was at SummerSlam, so I was lucky enough to be out in Las Vegas for the biggest party this summer. So much fun.
There we go.
Hey, an amazing show. We got to see not one, but two big returns. We saw Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar come out, and a lot of people are commenting that the SmackDown roster is stacked now. So what are your thoughts of having both of them a part of the Blue brand now?
Oh, man. So you never know what's going to happen in sports entertainment. And like, as all of us were shocked that Becky came back, that soon, I thought she would still be a couple months out. She comes back in, rocks the house, takes the damn title, for God's sakes. Then Big Brock comes in. He's got a new cool haircut. He's got the ponytail and the goatee, so he's looking cool with his belt buckle. So yeah, we're just it's always exciting, even more exciting when you get those surprises. That's what sports entertainment's all about. I know I said performing in front of fans, but just the shock and just you never know, because people want to know. They want to know what's going on all the time. It's just like our human nature. People want to know every single step what's going on. But guess what? Think about sports entertainment, especially the WWE. We're always going to come at you at every angle, baby.
That's great. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen next on SmackDown for the next couple months, especially when you guys come to the Bay Area in October. So last year during the pandemic, we all know WWE was working out of the Performance Center and then the Thunderdome, which included some cinematic matches. And one of my favorites was, of course, the Money in the Bank match that took place at Titan Towers, WWE's headquarters. Woo! And we all know you won the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I was just wondering, do you have any funny stories from filming that ladder match over at WWE HQ?
I never thought that when they first hired me, we went down to talk and meet everybody in Stamford. And I remember sitting there that day thinking, like, there's no way we would have a match in here. There's just no way. Like, I never, like, literally, we were from everywhere, from the elevators, the roof, 35 degrees. Poor Corbin had to take that big load elbow. It was only 35 degrees up that bad boy and just windy. So it was very, very odd because, again, like, we flew down to Philadelphia, drove up, and we kind of didn't know what it was. And then and now it's like, what a cool thing to have the girls go at the exact same time as the men. And it was, like I said, it was good, a couple hours in your boots, and working and all that. But I think the best part was AJ trying to be serious around me, because that was back then when I was still doing goofy stuff. And he's just like, I go, what if I drop a load on you with the weights in the bar? He goes, that wouldn't be anything. Flicks his hair, and then it kept getting on him. Finally, we do it. So yeah, AJ, Uncle Al's the man.
That's great.
And then even Alistair, he could not I don't try to make people out of character or laugh, but that was some funny mistakes, definitely, for sure, because I'm not trying to get one after a game here, but it's just like certain faces I make and they just go, all right, that's it. Cut.
That's awesome. Just seeing you breaking everyone. That's great to hear. Listen, Otis, I mean, I could spend all day talking to you, but I know it's a very busy day for you, just doing press and whatnot. So thank you for your time. So I just want to remind everyone, get your tickets right now over at Ticketmaster. WWE is coming back to the Bay Area for 2 shows. I'm super excited. Friday Night SmackDown will be at the SAP Center in San Jose Friday, October 8th. And then Monday Night Raw will be at the Chase Center in San Francisco Monday, October 11th. I'll have all the links posted at 1077thebone.com. Go to, like I said, Ticketmaster. And Otis, dude, thank you so much for making the time today. Big fan of your work with the Alpha Academy and looking forward to seeing you dominate in person real soon.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me, man.
Awesome. Thank you, Otis. Appreciate it.
See you, brother.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, brother.
Bye. Thanks.